Hello and welcome back to another episode of Boston College Dynasty here on College Football 26. In this episode, we're going to take on Maryland. We have a 1-1 start to the year, currently ranked as the 21st team in the nation. We've been doing single game episodes, and I think that is going to continue at least until this game against Miami. That's going to be a very, very big rematch next week. It all depends on how the season goes, but as you can see, our combined opponent record right now is 19-6, so that's going to be a pretty tough schedule. Maryland's got a couple of really, really good players. Bray Hubbard is the first. This is a dude who could go to the NFL for sure. Very talented safety, somebody that we are definitely going to have to make sure that we know where he is. The true sophomore, Zamir Smith, very talented running back as well. He already has 4 touchdowns and 225 yards in 2 games. They also have Nolan Ray. Both running backs are captains of the team, so you know they're really good. They are led by quarterback Malik Washington. He's got a cannon arm and very, very good speed. His change of direction and agility is also very good. The one area that is lacking is his accuracies. And he's still got really good throw on the run, too. His throw under pressure is really bad, so as usual, we're going to be blitzing and trying to make sure that they don't get in rhythm. We already talked about the running backs, but even DeJuan Williams is like their 3rd string guy. D. Searcy, 4th stringer. Like, these are talented guys. Caleb Webb is their final offensive captain. He's their best receiver. He is very well-rounded. He's got top-end speed. Not exactly the most shifty guy, but his hands are reliable, and he's a very good route runner. Mekhi White is also very, very talented. He's not as much of a burner, but his hands are just as good as Webb's. And Ryan Manning is a very good player. I assume he's going to be working out of the slot. But this team has a lot of talent in this receiver room. Maybe not overall-wise, but not people that you want to leave open. They have a very deep tight end room, too. Leon Houghton Jr., Kellen McConnell, and TJ Taggart are all very, very capable tight ends. Houghton is probably the best just at extending the play. He's the fastest. But the redshirt freshman Taggart is also very good. So if he gets on the field, we're going to have to watch out for him. Their line is pretty good. Del Grande here is hurt, their senior tackle. So that will mean Michael McMonigal is going to have to step up. McMonigal might have already been a starter. Yeah, so Corbin Patton is going to end up being the tackle, actually, because Monagle was already starting in the first place. But yeah, their line is pretty average, all mid to low 70 type guys. Their defensive line is very similar. They don't have many D tackles. They just have Evan Thomas. They have a lot of guys off the edge, and some of them are big enough, but I don't know that many of them are going to be able to play D tackle that well. So we're definitely going to try and run the ball on them. Their linebacker room is pretty mediocre. Caleb Wheatland is their best in that room. Daniel Wingate is also a very good backup. Those 2 senior linebackers, not somebody that you want to throw their way. They also have Jordan Bass and Caleb Woodson. So on this side of the linebacker room, it's actually pretty good. As for the corners, Dante Joyner, Jamari Glasker, Braden Lee, all very talented players. Their safety room, aside from Bray Hubbard, is kind of weak, at least the free safety side, but Tawfiq Bayard is probably going to start at the strong safety if Hubbard plays free safety. Messiah Delhomme is a very talented player as well. Those 3 guys are all going to be in the mix. The kicking and punting is not too crazy, but Bryce McPherson is a very talented punter, probably would get drafted. But that is their roster. They're going to be a very tough team, and they're already off to a 2-0 start, so let's not waste any more time. We are unfortunately going to have to be on the road here. Maryland likes those home jerseys, which actually works perfectly with our standard aways. I say it every video, and I'm sorry if it gets old, but this presentation stuff is so cool. I mean, they just put so much effort into the intros for each school. It's just such a great experience. Would they get mad if I called it a turtle because their mascot's the Terrapins? I feel like the Terrapins got to be like a type of turtle. Whatever. We are underway. Nate Johnson's going to be back to return, And let's see, can't really get anywhere. We're down at the 17. I'm going to shout out Lonergan, and they should. He only had one incompletion, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was essentially perfect. Detrell is going to be in the backfield for the first handoff of the game, and the block's set up okay, but he only gets 3. 2nd and 7. Being on the road, it's a lot harder with the audibles. Lonergan's going to get sacked. So here we are instead, 3rd and 19. Yeah, that's not going to be much. We're just going to check it down and punt. And our punter's very bad. So this is not the start that we wanted. Luckily for us, that is going to be midfield. And that probably should have been a penalty there, but we'll take it. Zamir Smith had an insane game last week. Jeez, 3 touchdowns. Defense is going to have to come up clutch today. It always does on the road. They're going to start with a handoff to Smith, and he gets 1. I love Fantuz and Branch over the middle. They're both great players. Unfortunately, let up a gain of 5, though. We're blitzing 5 here on 3rd and 4. We're going to have to get out there. Wow. Not only does he catch it, he actually stays on his feet. It doesn't gain much more, but he does get the first. Washington in the backfield. He's going to hand it off again. Fantuz wraps him up for 2. 2nd and 8. They do hand it off. Oh, Fantuz didn't take the right angle. Eventually they wrap him up, but he does get the first. 1st and 10. We're doubling some of their receivers in man. Ah, of course. Wow, we just popped Washington for 2. 2nd and 8. Now we're going to have to stop this run. I couldn't tell what the play was. It was an RPO, but they get the first. We've got some big blitzes coming off the edge here, and yeah, that run goes nowhere. Ooh, play action here. We get fooled, and we'll stop them for a gain of 2. 3rd and goal. Pretty big play. They send the running back in motion, and they're going to lob it up, and Amar Thornton breaks it up. He almost had that interception, and now we're 4th and goal. They are at the left hash. We've seen teams struggle to kick in that situation, but they put it up and in. So Maryland takes a 3-0 lead, and we're going to get the ball right back. A little better position to return here on this one, and Johnson gets all the way to the 23. 1st and 10. Going to get that underneath. Don't really get much. I don't think Turbo even has a carry yet today. We'll change that. That's not good. This is tough. 3rd and 10. Let's get it out to Johnson. The coverage has just been spectacular. Let's get this punt up, I guess. I mean, there's really not much else we can do. Oh, he's not fair catching it. Cool. Oh, and he's still on his feet. Cool. And he falls forward all the way to the 47. 1st and 10. They going to run it? No. They're going to pass it. And they've got a man. Oh, Carter Davis couldn't come down with it. I know I'm not supposed to click on, but we needed that. Usually I don't click on there, but I felt like we had a good chance. We needed the turnover, but I guess at least it wasn't a touchdown. And we'll stop them for a run of 6. 2nd and 4. They are going to drop back to throw. And we sack them. Edwin Kalenge on the play. I do not think that they're going to snap this before the end of the quarter. I guess we will see. Yeah, they are not. So that is the end of the first quarter. Maryland only up 3-0, but they do have the ball in the red zone, so obviously we're not feeling too great. We can't run the ball for squat. We can't pass the ball for squat. We've had 2 3-and-outs pretty much. 3rd and 13. Washington is in the empty. He hikes it, and it's just a bunch of curl patterns, and he throws it away. So now they have a second opportunity at a field goal. If they make it, they go up 6-0, and that is what they're going to do. All right, 3rd time's the charm. Let's see if we can get something going on this drive. And Nate Johnson's just going to fair catch that in the end zone. After the touchback, Lonergan throwing that hand up to God. And I swear, every time he does that, we get a huge run. 1st and 10. We've got Skeet. Does he have the burners? No. Brings us to 2nd and 10. They don't have anybody on Zeke Moore. I also think that that's going to be a roughing the passer. It looks like it is, but no, they're highlighting Quandre Cotton. It's a hold. Of course it is. Quandre Cotton, I know he has elite dev. I might bench him. I'm getting there. Pape Sai is a lot more well-rounded. The screen just doesn't get us anything. 3rd and 19. Interesting play drawn up here. We're floating it up for Detrell, and that could have been picked. We just cannot get anything going. This punt isn't great, but it's one of the best ones we've had. They'll take over at the 30. 1st and 10. They hand it off. We get all caught up, but they only gain 1. They send him in motion again. Zion Branch gets caught up at the line, and we end up getting to him. That's Kalenge with his 2nd sack of the game. 4-man rush, 3rd and 14. They're sending Fantus all the way deep. They end up going to the outside. Oh, what a play! Thornton with the interception. And it's going to be on the offense with the flag, so we're going to take over. Yeah, that's the easiest declined penalty of all time. That was such a smooth play there. The tip and then Thornton with the interception. Huge momentum shifter, and now we're here on 1st and 10. Turbo! Oh my God, they can't stop him. 1st and 10, new run. Turbo doesn't go anywhere this time. 2nd and 9. We're just going to go underneath. Reed Harris gets like 5. 3rd and 4. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Somehow Skeet hangs on to that. It's 4th and 2. They're telling us to punt, but we're at midfield, and it's a 4th and 2. Like, let's be for real. 4th and 2. We're just going to get that Zeke Moore's way, and he hangs on. Was I nervous in that scenario? Absolutely. Was I going to stop what I was doing? No. Turbo's back out there. It might be deceptive here, but no, it's not. The blocks are great. Turbo is all the way inside the red zone. I thought he was gone. Let's get Detrell a carry. I mean, the run game, as we said, is the focus, and it's kind of hit and miss so far. 2nd and 8. We're going to run the play action. I don't like any of that. We're just going to throw it away. 3rd and 8. And Nate Johnson's got it. What a play. And that is going to take us to the 2-minute timeout. But here we are at 1st and goal. And that's going to be a Zeke Moore touchdown. He's wide open. Come on! The senior captain gets into the end zone. And with the extra point, we're taking the lead. And the extra point is going to be up and good. So we do take the lead officially. Finally, having some success on the offensive end. I would say the defense has been great. Considering the field position that Maryland has started out with on their drives, I mean, the fact that they only have 6 points on 3 drives is pretty impressive. And 1st and 10. They are incomplete, and it looks like there's going to be a hold as well. Another hold on the offense. We will definitely take that. So now after the hold, it's 1st and 20. Washington in the backfield. He gets it out to his running back immediately, and they make the play for 13. After that, it's 2nd and 7, and they don't go to the running back. Instead, they go over the top, and they get the first inside the 40. Mekhi White on the catch. Again, new set of downs, around a minute to go, and Washington is looking to run. He slides for a gain of 7, and they call a timeout. 2nd and 3. They are sacked in the backfield. Jason Flint made the play, and now it's 3rd and 11. Fantus covers that, so they chuck it deep, and it's picked off again. Ashton McShane, and he's out at the 34. I didn't click on either of those. You know, that's the team making the play. Turbo's still on his feet, and we'll call a timeout as we get to the 42. 2nd and 2. We're going to get that out. Joel Olaseni's got it, and he'll duck out at the 48. 1st and 10. 35 seconds left to go, and we're going to get that to our boy, Nate Johnson. He gets the first, and we'll call a timeout. 1st and 10. Under 30 seconds to go. I didn't love that. I guess we'll just throw it to Zeke Moore and set that up, and we'll just hurry it up. 2nd and 4. We hike it. We're going to get that out to Turbo, and he gets out of bounds. 10 seconds left. It's 3rd and 1. We're going to get that to Detrell, and at this point, it's probably just going to be time for the field goal. I guess we have to call a timeout because, I mean, the clock would run out otherwise, so I don't really love this kick at all either. I mean, we're not on the right hash. We are actually on the right hash, but we're not down the middle. Whatever. The kick is good. So 10-6 is the score now. We're going to kick it off, force a return. Should take the remaining time off the clock. It does, and we are now going to halftime. So at the half, 10-6 is the score. Feeling pretty good about how this game is going. Zeke Moore is the player spotlight. He has 4 catches, 22 yards, and a touchdown. You can see the offense has not been what it has been the last week. The offense has been pretty inconsistent. That's what I will say. Lonergan is staying in the pocket and making the throws that we need him to, and for that, I'll always give him credit. I will also say our defense has been incredible, so I want to see them continue to do what they've been doing. Holding Maryland to 6.5 at home is a lot harder than it sounds. 1st and 10. Malik Washington in the backfield, sends his guy in motion, and it's a play action, but they do go out to him, and it's a loss of 5. KP Price on the TFL. 2nd and 15. Okay. Ashton McShane, by the way, has been incredible today. Amar Thornton has as well, and he's going to be coming off the edge on this blitz on 3rd and 15, and he should get in there untouched. Unfortunately, oh my God! Okay, they're hurrying it up to the line. We'll deal with that later. This throw was insane. So Malik Washington is in motion here, and he gets hit as he throws. Ball comes out super wobbly. Then KP Price actually recovers to the point where he gets a hand on the ball, tips it. You'd think this pass goes broken up, right? Wrong, because he catches it with one hand. What in the world is that? I haven't seen anything like that, but Malik Washington's going to get the carry, and he's going to get popped once again by Ashton McShane. Now brings us to 2nd and 5. Washington sends his man in motion, and they run it the opposite way on the counter, and they get 4. I think we've done a pretty good job on Zamir Smith, all things considered. He's a very talented running back, and he's going to get the carry here on 3rd and 1, and we stop him for a loss. Very, very good play there, and Maryland's now going to have to punt us the ball, and I think we're just going to fair catch that at the 8. 1st and 10 in the pistol. We're actually going to run it. We never do this, but it gets us the first, and we've been having a lot of success with it. 1st and 10. We're going to try and get that out to Moore, but we got hit as we threw. 2nd and 10 now, and we're going to have to get that out. Turbo is wide open, but there's a flag, and it's on Stevie Finger. What is going on with the true freshman? It's any time we get a big play, there's a hold that calls it back. What is happening, man? 2nd and 20 now. We're going to go underneath. Reed Harris has got it, and now he's hurt. 3rd and 14. We're going to throw that out for Skeet, and he cannot hang on. Back spasms for Reed Harris. He will return soon, but I'm not really worried about it. Not trying to get him re-injured or anything, so we'll have them take over at the 48. Terrapins are ready to try and take the lead on this drive. Washington in the backfield, and he hands it off, and that goes nowhere. Loss of 1. That was Amar Thornton on the tackle. He's been having a great game. Washington trying to change things at the line. He moves the running back in motion. In 2nd and 11, clock's ticking down. And we get a free rusher, and that's our 4th sack of the game. Nick Bayless with the tackle. Washington in the backfield motions him out. 3rd and 20. Here's the play. We've covered that over the route with Bayless and Fantuz, but oh my God, it all breaks down at the end, and they somehow get the first. That just can't happen. It just cannot happen. 1st and 10, Fantuz and Moore coming to blitz. Zion Branch almost picked it off. Malik Washington almost threw his third interception of the game on that. Instead here, the play action with Price. They cannot catch it. Another flag. And it's going to be a hold on them. What is up with the holding penalties recently? I mean, do you take 2nd and 20 or do you take 3rd and 10? I'm taking 2nd and 20 personally. Because 3rd and 10, they're in field goal range. If we can sack them or coverage sack them here, 2nd and 20, that would be a big deal. And in the end, it ends up being 3rd and 8. Pretty much the same thing as 3rd and 10, but they're going to send their running back in motion again. 3rd and 8, and they're going to take a shot to the end zone. Max Tucker on the coverage, and Carter Davis picks it off. That's our second tipped interception of the game, and now the momentum has swung in our favor yet again. And Turbo on the carry gets 9. Turbo has 8 rushes for 96 yards. He is on an absolute heater, and the blocks set up great on this play, except they don't at all, but he gets the first anyway. 1st and 10. We're going to go out to Skeet again, and the throw is off at his feet. 2nd and 10, likely the final play before the warning. Lonergan's just going to uncork it. Does he have him? Oh, my God! What a catch, Nate Johnson. He has made the play of the game. We're now at the 5. Here we are now, 1st and goal. Play action is not setting up great. There is a flag, and Lonergan's just going to take it to the 4. And obviously the hold, it's going to take us back. So now 1st and goal at the 15. We're going to try and go on the run to Skeet, and we just cannot get it there. Now 2nd and goal from the 15. I think Zeke Moore is wide open. I don't know what's going on there. And is that another hold? What is happening right now? 2nd and goal, but now we're way out there. Look who's open, though. It's Joel Olaseni, and he's in for the touchdown. What a throw, what a catch. Everything about that was amazing. You can call 7 holds on us. It doesn't matter. True freshman just makes the catch on the run. What a throw from Lonergan, and what a play from Olaseni. I mean, that's an absolutely game-changing play there. It's now 17-6. The difference between being up 11 and being up 7 is huge. That's 2 full touchdowns, too. That's not just a touchdown and a field goal to tie. I mean, I guess it's 2 scores because it's a field goal and then a touchdown with a 2-point conversion, but it doesn't really matter. That's a lot that they would have to do to tie it, and Zamir Smith is going nowhere. 2nd and 12. On the RPO, they get to their guy, but he's only going to gain 5. 3rd and 7. We're going to use their KP Price here, and he cannot wrap up before they get the first. That'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. The game has swayed very well in our favor. 17-6 is the score. We've rebounded very well, both in the passing game and the running game. And right now, we're just trying to run out the clock and get on to the next week. Malik Washington in the backfield with Zamir Smith. They fake the handoff, and they just go down with the sack. Tyreek Tucker on the play. Washington and Smith in the backfield again. 2nd and 16. They hike it, and they've got some interesting routes, but they're not creating any separation. Ashton McShane with another deflection. 3rd and 16. We've got a zone blitz here, and we just are trying to make him throw it out. They get a lot closer to the sticks than I thought, so they are going to end up going for it. It makes sense. Down 2 scores. You give us the ball back. There's probably not any time left in the game. They're going to throw it deep. They've lobbed it up into double coverage. Carter Davis and Max Tucker break it up. 1st and 10 here. Detrell is going to get the carry, and he's got a lot of space. He gets the first. 1st and 10. Detrell again. This time he only gets 2. Now Terrapins in the backfield, and he's got a hole. He's got a lot of room, and he gets inside the red zone. 1st and 10. And Turbo's got it again, and he goes for 9. Now 2nd and 1. We're going to go up the middle with Detrell, and he falls forward inside the 5. 1st and goal. Turbo is in, untouched into the end zone. That's the dagger. 12 carries, 126 yards, and a touchdown. He's been phenomenal all day. Now being up 18, that feels pretty good because that's a 3-score game, and they don't have a lot of momentum either. 6 minutes left in the game. It's going to be a rough time coming back for Maryland, but they'll give it their best shot. Malik Washington here in the backfield on 1st and 10. They're going to miss the throw to the dump-off as he was hit on the throw. On 2nd and 10, Washington making a change at the line. Moves his man in motion. And not sure what the look is going to be. It's going to be a run. And he's got a lot of space. And he gets all the way to midfield. And they've hurried back to the line fast. They're knowing that they need this score. They run all the way to the left side, and Zamir Smith gets 9. Overall, I think we've contained Smith pretty well, but he's had a couple of pretty good runs, including this one, which he's broken all the way to the 32. Now we've got KP Price. Let's see if he can blitz off of the edge here. We've knocked off Smith off his route, hit the quarterback as he threw, and he still completes for 4. Now brings us to 2nd and 6, 4 minutes to go in the game. And Zamir Smith is trying to get open. They throw it away instead. Smith hit us with a double move, but Fantu's actually rebounded to it pretty well. I thought we were going to give up like a big score. We still could on this play, but Max Tucker breaks it up. 4th and 6, game essentially on the line here. Malik Washington looking to throw. Zion Branch is all over everything except for that, and they get all the way to the 8, and they're hurrying back to the line. 1st and goal. We're going to be using Omar Thornton here, and it isn't going to do much. Quick completion for 4. KP Price bumps him, and they can't get any pressure, and instead they get a touchdown. Throws that salute up. All right, buddy. It's Mekhi White. He's having a game. I mean, he's probably been the only receiver that's really shown up for Maryland today. You figure they're going onside. Yeah, they have to. They're down 11, and Zion Branch picks up the onside. So we will just hit that shoe clock. Probably not a wise idea to just run right into the big group of guys, but we get 3 there. 2nd and 7, we're going to read the RPO. It doesn't really get us anywhere, and they call a timeout. 3rd and 7, honestly, we're just going to run it. I would rather do it. Oh my God, Turbo gets the 1st down. Well, I'll tell you what, I wasn't expecting that. I am not complaining, though. We'll run this jet touch pass with Skeet. He'll get the 1st, and we'll draw their last timeout. That should just about do it. So 1st and 10, we're going to run a little counter with Turbo. He's still staying on his feet. That takes us to the 2-minute timeout. Now 2nd and 2. I feel like if we get the 1st down here, we should just be able to knee it out. So that's obviously the goal. Jaden Skeet tries to get somewhere, but he loses 1 on the play. 3rd and 3, a 1st down almost surely gets us the game. Turbo's going to walk it into the end zone untouched again, though. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Probably would have been better just to dive forward and run the game out, but I feel like Turbo deserves that for the stats, and I think a palindrome score is pretty cool, too, 31-13, and we're going to hit him pretty hard there. Maryland, really just on their stat pad drive right now. They are going to get sacked, too. Jeez. After the sack, it's 2nd and 14, and the pressure is still coming. They tried to throw it over the top, but KP Price made a great play on the ball. 3rd and 14, Maryland looking to throw it, and they can't get it off. It's so over that they're just going to punt us the ball. We are, of course, just going to kneel it out now that we have the ball, and that is going to take us to the end of the game. As we've said, 31-13 is the final. The teams that we're pretty evenly matched with, we've been whooping them. Kansas and Maryland, we both dropped 31 on them. The game against UCLA was obviously a tough opener to the season, but I feel like we're getting better and better each week. We'll start with Maryland's stats. Malik Washington had a pretty rough game, although based on his averages, it's honestly pretty much what you expect. The 3 picks are crazy, but 2 of them were off of tipped passes, so those don't really count in my opinion. Obviously, it's still going to count as an interception in the stat sheet, but when I think of a turnover, like a really bad play from a quarterback, I'm thinking about like handing it to the defender. We made a great play on the ball. I don't think that reflects as poorly of him as the stats do. Obviously, you can't just look at the box score and tell how a game went, but obviously you can tell that he struggled. Their running attack was hit and miss sometimes. Zamir Smith overall had a pretty good day, given the opportunities that he had, or the lack thereof. Nolan Ray only got 1 carry for -1 yards. Malik Washington tried to run the ball a decent amount. He had 1 pretty good run. Obviously, we sacked him a whole bunch of times, so the fact that he ended up with positive yards at the end of the day is pretty good. Mekhi White was their best receiver. Leon Houghton was also very good. We knew about these guys, but we held everybody else in check. Now, looking at our side of things, Dylan Lonergan, another very good game in terms of completion percentage, no turnovers, 2 touchdowns, almost 200 yards. We don't throw the ball a ton if we don't have to, so still glad Lonergan was able to produce given the lack of overall touches. Not that Turbo Richard really took too many touches away from him. I mean, 16 attempts, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, 29 yards after contact, so a lot of it was the holes just being made for him, but he fought for yards plenty of different times as well. Detrell was okay, 7 carries for 29 yards. It's not like they all, got a ton of usage. I would say we ran the ball a decent amount, though. As for the receivers, Nate Johnson was our best today. He had an amazing catch over the top. It didn't end up being a touchdown, but it was a great play. Zeke Moore obviously caught the touchdown, as did Joel Olaseni. We remember that play. We couldn't really get Skeet going or Reed Harris this game, which was kind of unfortunate, but I'm glad that we were at least able to complete 1 play over the top. As for the blocking, the fact that Quandre Cotton only says he allowed 1 sack, he had a bunch of holds, as did Stevie Finger as well. But they're freshmen. We got to let them develop. This game was all about the defense. 4 TFLs and 2 sacks for Tyreek Tucker, 2 sacks for Edwin Kalenge and 2 TFLs. Jason Flint, Nick Bayless also had a sack, and the 3 interceptions came from Ashton McShane, Amar Thornton, and Carter Davis. Overall, I'd say that was a phenomenal game. I'm feeling great about how the team has been performing. We will just quickly sim ahead to the next week and see if there's any updates or any changes or anything. So far, looks like a couple of people have locked us out, but we were expecting that. Championship contender goes down to a B+, even though we moved up to the 19th ranked school. I don't know how that makes any sense because we were at an A-, but whatever. Miami ends up losing their last week. Oh, boy. So they're now the number 10 ranked team. We're the number 19 ranked team. And overall-wise, they are not even in our ballpark. They are head and shoulders above us in terms of overall talent. But beating them, obviously, would do us a lot of good. We'll have to find out next week if we're really up to the challenge. But before I go today, we're going to take a look at the recruiting board. George Dora, the halfback, has actually locked us out. He has a deal breaker that is temporarily locking us out. The playing style is not right, which doesn't make any sense to me. Playing style's rushing yards per game needs to be at 120. There are so many guys that are looking to transfer because of the playing style. Both Detrell, Turbo, Connor Jefferson, I care a little bit less about that, but our backup tackle, Pape Sy, and our backup guard, Javon Larkin, all are looking to transfer? Jeez. And 120 rushing yards a game is crazy. But didn't we just do that last week? So why would the playing style grade go down? Whatever. David Ogunbowale has conference prestige and playing style deal breakers. We are going to take off the send the house and hard sell. It's got to be conference prestige and playing style. So I'm thinking it's this one with coach prestige. And we'll do the same thing for Dean Keen, conference prestige and champ contender. It's going to be pro potential instead. We know that for a fact. Shaquem Carrion, we've moved up from 5th to 4th. He's still not in his top 5. He's not even down to his top 8 yet. So we're kind of worried about that a little earlier than we really need to be. It's funny, Maryland is actually behind us for George Dora. Oh, we can actually take the points off if we wanted to. It's so weird with the deal breaker, though. What does the deal breaker actually do if we still have our points on him? You know what I mean? I feel like it would make a lot more sense if the deal breakers like ran out the points that you had on them, and you can't put points on them until you've like got the deal breaker back on track, right? Does anyone see what I'm saying here? Whatever. Joel Cadu has B+, B, and A+ grades, so we will get the star search pitch for him. Duke Coward, I believe we've already thrown a pitch at him. That's good. Rico Tyree, conference prestige, champ contender. Let's see what we can work with there. I think it's got to be this one with coach prestige, conference prestige, right? We'll just take a risk on that one. Isaiah Lamb, we did end up taking the standard bearer swing, and that sway actually worked out. It didn't really work out because it was already the grade. Like, we swayed something that was already his preference. We just didn't know that it was. Program tradition, proximity to home, and champ contender are Joseph Coates grades. So we'll throw him that pitch, hometown hero. Brian Pepper, we've already offered his pitch. But pro potential is not it. So A, thank goodness, because that's a terrible grade that we don't actually have to pitch him with. Oh, it's proximity to home. Interesting. There were 3 potential options for that, which is kind of crazy. We do have a visit for the UConn game for Brian Pepper, too, so hopefully we don't like completely fall out of his board. George Alubi, pretty good corner, to be completely honest, and we can't send anything at him yet. But those grades are really good. A+, B+, B+. So best believe the second we can do that, we will. Now the question becomes, what can we do with the points down here? I think at the bare minimum, we need to throw 25 on all these guys if we can. I think we already have the points for it. But we're all like second on their boards. So if we just throw 25 at everybody, honestly, we could just jump to the first spot. We're chasing South Carolina on 2 of them, Iowa on that guy, Deacon Jones. I believe that's Arizona State. But anyway, we've got 30 points to spare, and I think we should try and schedule some visits. David Ogunbowale is an option. I just think BYU and Pitt are going to climb us fast. So if we can get him on this week 5 visit, throw that conference prestige thing on there, and then honestly, let's just throw 5 points on him just for kicks. I feel very good about how we've spent our points. Obviously, we're going to have to run the ball more for George Dora. I don't really understand that deal breaker, because if we look at our season stats, let's go to rushing. Our average, I guess, is 25 yards short. That's kind of annoying. I mean, the thing is we had like no running presence in the first 2 games, which wasn't our fault, but then we have an amazing week with Turbo Rashard, 150 yards. I mean, he doubled his total yards on the season in 1 game. And then the deal breaker goes. I just don't understand that. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. That's all I've got for you. If you're excited for this Miami game next week, let me know in the comments below. As always, I will see you all in the next one. And until then, take care.